Next question. The program was extremely inspiring. That's A. Inspiring is B. It was okay is C. And not inspiring is D. $74. And we're over 80. Here we go. Good. Maybe that's worthwhile an applause. Extremely inspiring, inspiring. Again, the 12 people over there, please use the evaluation forms to get more detailed feedback to assist us further in the future. Yeah. Next one. Was there enough space to engage and interact? A, yes, I interacted with many. B, somehow. C, there was limited time to interact. And this is dark. Yeah, we're over 80. Here we go. Good. Good. Interacted with many and somehow still scored highest. Yeah. 11 people thought we would benefit from more room to interact. Have you made new contacts with whom you will be in contact and intend to work together? A, yes, more than one. B, yes, with at least one. C, I made contacts but no agreements to work together. And D, I have not made new contacts. 60, 70, 84. I'll stop. Good. So apparently this, apart from being just a regular conference, it's a good place for networking too. 52%, that's a big majority, has made new contacts. Was it worthwhile coming to the conference and investing your time? A, absolutely. B, somehow. C, it has been an interruption of my work responsibilities. Answers come in more slowly, so people have to think about this one. Are we over 80? I can't see it. Yeah, we are. Here we go. Good, absolutely. Yeah. Two people have two busy jobs. The rest is fine. How confident are you now to include children with disabilities in your programs? A, very confident. B, confident. C, I feel anxious or still feel anxious. And D, it is still new to me. $70, $80, $81, $82, $84. Here we go. Confident. Very confident. That's a very positive outcome and result. And I think we go to the last question, very important. It's not all about business. Will you come back to Nepal someday? A, not sure. B, I would love to, but whatever. C, for sure. D, this is my home. It's mine now, so. You've been here too many times already. Yeah. Good, we're over 87. Let's go over 90. Can we? Can we? Nah, one more. Can I vote? No, I can't. Okay, 89. And here we go. I would love to, but. This is interesting. Yeah. Any volunteer for that one? I would love to, but. Food is too spicy, I hear. One more. I would love to, but. This is censored, this one. What? Ah, they have to be invited. Okay. Okay, I'm counting on Plan Norway then to fund your invitation. So, sorry, Charlie, where are you? There he is. Good. I think this ends the evaluation. Yeah, thank you. At least I did survive this technological thing. Yeah, so I'm quite happy with that. Frank didn't have to help me out. Yeah. But I do want to thank Frank for this. Frank, get up. Yeah. I want to thank Frank for bringing in technology in the conference. Now, I'm not going to speak too long now, but I would like to say a couple of words. I think one of my biggest lessons learned during this 3-day conference, and what I heard in a couple of the presentations, especially also from partners, was it is about commitment. Not only commitment as an individual, but also commitment as an organization, and increasing the commitment to inclusion as an organization will probably be key to succeed in the endeavor that we had. And it links, of course, very close in plan with one of our core values, which is to be inclusive and empowering in everything we do. So I think that's one thing to put on the agenda. And the second thing, and I'm not sure, it was Werner mentioning it, it was also Catalina mentioning it. It is about creating this sense of obligation. Yeah. Inclusion is not just an add-on, it's not just something to do which is nice, but there's a sense of obligation which needs to be created. And I think where organizations and managers have a key role to play to install that sense of obligation. So these are, apart from the technical stuff, some of the key lessons I think that's for me were important and which can drive us further in our endeavors. Very quickly, I would like to express some words of thanks. First of all, I've got a couple of people from my own team to just thank for this. Yeah. And maybe when I call their name, I'm not going to call all the names, but when I call the names, I would appreciate if they stand up. I would like Subakar to stand up, our PSM in Nepal. Yeah. I would like Silvana to stand up. She's sitting there, our BDM in Nepal. I hope they are in the room, but where is Prashant, where is Kadaga, and where is Suraj? Yeah. Saroj, our security manager, seems not to be here. Yeah. I'm forgetting a lot of names, but can all the volunteers stand up? Yeah. They're not all here. I think we had six to eight volunteers, and they definitely made the conference a success. So thanks to the entire Plan International Nepal team, I'm quite proud that this could be going on. It's been a lot of effort, a lot of logistics, but it's been a very worthwhile event, not only for us, but I hope for the entire organization, for the partners, for the youth representatives, for everybody here. A note of thanks also for the government of Nepal. Yeah. We have been inviting them, we have been in close contact with them. We were very much honored by having the Minister of Education of Nepal opening here within a busy agenda. At the same moment of time, doing it very timely, which was keeping us from a couple of headaches. So thanks to the government of Nepal. I'm not sure whether the government of Nepal Ministry of Education representative is still here. Okay, maybe you can stand up and okay. So thank you and thank you. And I hope you can express my thanks again to the Secretary and to the Minister of Education on behalf of Plan Nepal. Yeah. And last but not least, not only honored with your participation here in the conference, but definitely also with having Catalina here, yeah, which has been not just a great honor, but the expertise that she has brought in, the fact that she remained here present for 3 days, actively engaging, actively participating. I think it's been an honor also for Plan International Nepal. I'm going to give you a little token, which is an Irish, it had to be Irish, of course. Yeah. It's an Irish marble said to bring serenity and good fortune. Yeah. So I would like to hand this over to you. Thank you. Yeah. Thanks a lot. Yeah. We will hear Catalina again later during this closing session. But thanks and namaste and thank you. Yeah. So that's my part of the speech. I'm delighted actually to hand over to Alison to do the continuation of my, no, well, not speech, of whatever.
Okay. Well, I just want to thank everyone for coming. It's been amazing for me. I'm really excited because Plan International's new strategy is going to really require us to change profoundly. All of our work is going to be gender transformative. We need to be integrating disaster risk management into everything we do. And we really hope that we can learn new ways to work with civil society and with new and different groups from civil society. Throughout the conference, I've been pondering, and I've been very deeply reflective about how our work on inclusion can do these things. And really, it's up to us to find the answers to that. So I'm looking forward to us collectively finding the answers to those questions. For my part, I'm committed to working to improve our work. And it's my profound belief that we can create change for boys and girls by focusing and by changing our own organizational culture and practice. And the thing that really inspires me is our values. And so I would ask you to be thinking, how can you really strive for lasting impact in the work that you do? How can you know that you're seeing results in the lives of girls and boys? How can you work with others in different ways? What does that mean when we're really, truly working together with others? How can we be more open and accountable in the communities that we're working in, with the governments we're working with our partners? What does that really mean? Openness and accountability. And finally, how can we be truly inclusive and empowering? How can we do those things as managers, as leaders, as community workers, with our partners? I'd ask you to really think about that, because that's the culture we're seeking. And when we are inclusive and empowering as an organization, I honestly believe we will be inclusive and empowering in the communities that we work. Now, I have some very deep thanks to offer to two people, and I hope there's, something here. I'd like to call Jill, who has been slaving away. Woo, 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 woo! We love you. Come. For she's a jolly good fellow, for she's a jolly good fellow. Are they both for her? Thank you. Is it one for her? Right. Thank you so much. Honestly, the amount of work that this woman has put into this, the emails, the clarity of communication, I'm sure some very frantic moments, and you've just been fantastic. Thank you so much for everything you've done. Really appreciate it. And then there's one more person that I'm tasked with thanking, and that is the lovely Aidan. And I know that there are many. Come on. He said he didn't want a present, so I'm going to give you a hug. Really, we have to thank Aidan for his passion and for his leadership and for the way that he works so effectively across the organization and with us all. So thank you, Aidan. It's been great. Who am I? So I am handing over to Shell. Thank you.
Thank you, Alison. First, I would like to say thank you to all of you. One of the, as a manager, you are actually not an expert in anything, but you have the privilege to meet or to dive into pockets of knowledge like this conference. And that is really, really exciting, and I'm very glad that I took the trip and came. The second reason why I'm here is actually to, and that is an important part of it, is actually to show the commitment I have as a manager. And I said earlier at this conference that it's not a things doesn't happen just because of a coincidence. Things happen because someone wants something very strongly. And my journey when it comes to disability started with a woman. One of my colleagues that's going to leave Plan soon. And in a way, I'm happy she's leaving Plan. And why is that? It's because I think that after 10 years, you should sometimes see new perspectives. And I know the price of having very competent colleagues is that one day someone will take advantage, someone else will take advantage of that knowledge. So before I kind of publish her name, I assume Aidan will just say a few words.
Yes, we couldn't have done this without, I can say her name now, can I? Okay, thank you. Celia Bowles. She has been, over the last 5 years that I've known her, she's been an absolute tour de force within Plan and has driven both practically and strategically disability inclusion, really making sure always that we keep our country offices and our partners in mind. It's been a pleasure working with you, and we have a little present here and a card to give.
And before we give you this present, I actually forgot to continue my sentence, because my journey started when this young, stubborn, competent colleague came to me. I was a program director at the time, and said, we have to do something on disability. And that changed me, that's changed the organization, and it has changed Plan Norway, and I think it has changed Plan International as well. So I'm very grateful personally, but I'm also very grateful on behalf of Plan Norway and the whole Plan family. There you go.
This is really unfair. No, thank you so much for the very kind words. I'm really not prepared to say very much right now because I'm just going to cry. But I just want to say thank you for a really, really inspiring 3 days. I think ever since I first had my wake-up call to disability inclusion before I joined Plan, when I worked for a disability rights organization in the Philippines, it has been a learning journey, and it continues to be a learning journey, and it will continue to be a learning journey for me as I leave Plan as well. So thank you for everything I have learned in these last 3 days. I look forward to see how this is going to be taken forwards. I'm sure I'm going to hear rumors of all the great things going on in Plan over the next few years. So thank you.
Great, and now it's my turn to say a couple of thanks, but first I've been asked to say that there's 6 Umbea pieces missing. So whoever you are, you know who you are. Oh, Paul. Namaste. Okay. I recall a Skype call I had, and I remember it like it was yesterday, a year and a half ago. And this conversation about the conference came up, and it has snowballed since then. It's been a long time in the making. I never expected to see so many partners here, and I think that's so critically important. So really, to all of you who have come from outside of Plan here, It's been an honor having you. Um, it means a lot because, as I said at the very beginning, we cannot do this alone. We need your technical support, and I believe we can help each other. So thank you for coming. Thank you so much to the youth. Your voice has been so important. I know the first day we could have made more space. Apologies for that. But you really have shown us how important it is to ensure that youth are included at all stages of our work. So thank you. It means a lot. Um, and there's a group of people here dotted around the place. The Planned Disability Inclusion Working Group. I'd like to ask the members to stand up, please. Who you are. So we have Frank, the technology man, Gillian, we have Catherine, Celia, Sunanda, who have been critical in driving this. Werner is here somewhere who's been helping in the organization of that. We've come a long way, but we know, like the cogs in an engine or in a clock, that sometimes they don't move that well together. But I think we're getting to a point where we can really complement plans work on gender equality, and we need to reinforce it. We've said it. We know we're not there. We need to continuously look for ways to refine the relationship so that it is complementary, and we can do it, but it's going to take time. And I think the commitment is there, the will is there to make that happen. So thank you to the working group for all your support in preparing for this. But I'd like to say, give the final words to Catalina. Is she? Catalina, it's been so valuable having you here. Your advice, your warmth has been spectacular. And it's, I don't know, will we get 3 days with you again?
Thank you very much, Aidan. And actually, I think I also want to thank Plan for organizing this event, for inviting me. I also want to thank each of you because I had the opportunity to have a lot of bilateral conversations while I was here. And also, I think as was just said, this is a learning process. We are all learning from each other. We each have very different skills, particular life experiences, and only bringing those experiences together is that we're really going to make a change in the lives of those that are actually facing the worst situations and the most dramatic challenges. I'm here, and I think that it's important to look back and say, well, look, 10 years ago or 15 years ago, when we started the negotiation of the convention, we were not even close to have something like that. We were struggling to make the point to the big mainstream organizations to just put attention to persons with disabilities. We were struggling to get the point to governments, to human rights organizations, to human rights bodies, and nobody was paying attention. And that's why we really needed to have the convention. And the convention has prompted this attention, has actually triggered the change that we needed to have. We still have a lot of challenges, and I'm not the one to say that we are anywhere close to the ideal levels of inclusion that we want to see at some point. But just having people already thinking about it and discussing these issues here in Nepal with more than 130 people from different fields, different countries, it gives me a lot of hope, because usually when I go to a conference, I always sit and see and greet my old friends. And this time I saw some good friends, but they were the minority. So I'm seeing a lot of new faces, and that is very, very, very encouraging to see that this is not only a conversation that happens between us, between a very little disability community, but actually I had the opportunity to meet with the Nepalese organizations of persons with disabilities, and I was so happy and so surprised to see the diversity, the amount of organizations, how strong they are, how clear they have the concepts of the CRPD. So we are seeing changes that we've never anticipated, and we are very excited about that. And last but not least, I just want to leave you with a key message. This is not complicated. Working on inclusion is not complicated. We have that idea of this is add layers and layers of complexity. We don't have the capacity. How are we going to deal with this? And I think that we have to change that message, because it's just by talking to people, sitting and talking to people with disabilities in your field work and whatever you do, where are persons with disabilities? Can we ask us that question in whatever program? Because we are in every single part of the society. So whatever you do, you just have to ask yourself, where are persons with disabilities in here? And just by working with them, just by inviting them to a conversation, we're going to gain a lot. And you will have, and most important, you will have the technical resource to support whatever you're doing. Sometimes it's like, how are we going to do that? Persons with disabilities will let you know how to do it. They will really know what they want to be included and how they want to be included. And that is important because that will also be cultural sensitive, and we also need to acknowledge that. So if you work with your local organizations of persons with disabilities, it will help you and it will be actually beneficial, not only for persons with disabilities or for those that you're including, but for all of us as a society. We're not going to achieve any kind of development if we don't think about everybody. And so we really have to think that doing this, including persons with disabilities, is actually beneficial for everybody. We want to just embrace and celebrate that diversity, the human diversity. Understand, again, as I said at the beginning, disability is just a normal part of human diversity, and we need to celebrate that. And once we change that, we will have made the big change that we expect. Once we celebrate that, we accept that, and we see that we just need to deal with disability as we did with any other issue. And so I thank you very much. I know it's we have a lot of tasks ahead, and this kind of conferences always create a sense of, okay, this is how are we going to start working? How are we going to continue the work? And this is a process that won't stop. I'm sure that in 10 more years, I'm going to find a lot of you still committed to a cause and working on diverse issues and also thinking about persons with disabilities. So I hope that that is what is going to result. And I'm going to finally, and again, congratulate Plan International, because I think that having such a great and strong and big organization making a step forward to discuss issues about disability inclusion and to take that into the practice is a fantastic good sign. And so I want to congratulate you for that, and thank you all for your attention.
I had nothing to do with the Irish marble present. Thank you, Catalina. So I guess you all know what I have in my hand here. It's a one-page evaluation form. As Sven said, we do want to get a bit more detail from you. It will take 5 minutes to actually just fill out some more concrete suggestions and feedback from you. But just before I do, because I had the opportunity to come back and do this, there's actually 3 people I forgot to thank, and I cannot walk away after such investment without thanking them. And Shella Eric from Norway, who spoke earlier on, without your support in getting behind this and including the ability to be able to support financially this conference, it simply wouldn't have been possible. So thank you, Shell Eric, for sharing our vision. And there's 2 people over in the corner here, Alex Munive and Emma, who, can you stand up, please? You can dance as well if you want. Alex and Emma put in the most amazing amount of hours into realizing Plan's purpose, and we've worked very closely on trying to address and tackle gender equality and exclusion. And I think, you know, working with them over the last couple of years has really helped try to shape how disability can become an integral part of our work of addressing gender equality. So thank you for being here and all you've done beforehand. So, okay, great. So there is a cultural night. Buses are leaving at 5:30 outside the hotel, so we don't have a lot of time. So those of you who are coming on the cultural night, you have a chance to get up and freshen up. And but please do fill out this evaluation form first. So everybody, thank you. Namaste.
Can I give you an email so we can keep in touch? Or you have, I don't have it. Hello, 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 hello. Excuse me. Colleagues going for the field visit tomorrow after filling the evaluation. Can you come to the Rose Garden for a 5 minutes practical update about tomorrow's field visit? People going for the field visit tomorrow in 5 minutes in Rose Garden, please. Thank you very much.
And just one more thing while you're filling out your evaluations. Amir, those of you who are at the Karuna Foundation presentation a couple of nights ago will have heard Amir singing. He's here again today and he's bought some of his artwork, which is amazing. If anyone's interested and has got space in their suitcases, his artwork's actually for sale. So it's over here. We'll put it out so you can have a look. It really is spectacular work. So do have a look.
Once you're ready, please give your form to a volunteer. When you're ready, please provide your forms to the volunteers. Thank you very much.